Jim Frecky,
Approve.
Marcus Major,
Approve.
Dean Moberg,
Yes.
Jim Westmoreland, Jeff Flett.
Yes. Moving on to new business, hearing of the audience. Well, we don't have any unless the guys have desire to talk. Okay. Special reports, chief's report.
Tonight, I'm going to give you guys, we'll start off with our 2015 wrap-up. I give you guys every year. Some of you guys have seen this format before, two of you guys. Sorry, this is the way I do things. Go ahead. Priority of responsibility. This is the dark green area there is our area of coverage. We do cover 78 square miles. Two stations. Every color there is a different fire township. We're the only district in Montgomery County. Okay. Station 1, located at 111 East Kansas. We broke ground in the fall of 1999. Completed spring of 2002. Work was done by LCF work crews and 7,750 hours of volunteer hours. We started laying block on this building Martin Luther King weekend, and we finished just the weekend before 4th of July. Laying block. Station 2, located 2509 387, broke ground in fall of 2004, completed summer of 2005, 1,900 volunteer hours. Go ahead. We remodeled it last winter and spring of 14-15. We added living quarters and an additional bay. Our training facility located at Station 2. You see the two trailers there. In the far one, the dark one, we have a live fire. We do in that one. And then we've also got them set up 24 inches apart so we can do trench rescue in between the two of them. And then the one on the near side where eventually we're going to set up for structural collapse. Right now we've got hay and wood storage in there. So it's, we use it quite a bit. Our 2015 budget, we had a valuation of $115,775,041 with an income of $1,034,925, 1,142 calls. That's a record-setting year for us for calls. Lansing had 852 calls, 74%. Delaware Township 87, 7%. High Prairie 147, 12%. Out of district calls 56, 4.9. We had total fire loss last year of $151,575. But more importantly, we saved property. We had $1.6778 million worth of property saved. And what we figure is we had one to a house fire. We stopped the fire in the kitchen. That's a $20,000 fire. The house is worth $200,000. So we had $20,000 damage. Of course, $180,000 saved. So, 15 valuation. Our total valuation again is $115 million. Lansing was $77 million, or 66%. Delaware Township $12 million, 11%. High Prairie of $26 million, 23%. Personnel, right now we are a combination department. We have, at this time, we have 9 career personnel, and we want to limit it to right around 20 volunteers. We get any more than that, then it gets kind of congested, and we get too many guys. At present, we have 15. So we've been running about 11. So we're on the way back up right now, which is a good deal. Run stats. In 2014, we had 988 calls. 2015, 1142. Of that, 85 were fire calls, 656 medical assists, 70 rescues, motor vehicle accidents, ice rescues, people stuck in a pipe, whatever. Just rescue calls, 22 spills or leaks. Somebody overfills a gas tank, kicks over a gas can, that kind of thing. 199 assistance calls, that includes everything from come help pick grandma up to CO to smoke scares to power lines down. 87 false alarms and 5 weather spotting incidents. We are part of the Leavenworth County Weather Spotters. We go out. In 2015, we only received $2,500 in grants. Since our inception in 2004, we have received approximately $344,000. We've been averaging $30,000 to $40,000, but Homeland Security has dropped off to nothing. So, our training, we offer 368 hours of training. Basic fireman is 122 hours, driver operator is 51, and then we average 168 hours per member. And that's on top of the fire calls the guys go to. That's every volunteer puts in 168 hours. That's average. Some guys put in 250, some guys are putting in 100, just it's an average. But that just shows what our volunteers have to go through, what they go through on top of all the fire calls. So we've got a big bunch of volunteers. We had training the other night, we were missing 2 guys, and both of those guys were working. So there's other departments in the county's got 30 guys, and we're lucky to get 5 guys in training. So we've just got an exceptional bunch of volunteers and paid guys. Completed projects. In 2015, we completed the addition of 1 bay and living quarters at Station 2 on time and under budget. Station 1 roof project was also completed at a cost of $94,785, and these funds came from our reserve fund. Questions? Yes, sir.
On that storm watch or weather watch, we don't do that automatically. You respond to McGahey's request or something? If he needs augmentation.
Emergency management tones us out, then we'll come down here and we'll send trucks to certain places. We've got 3 designated places that we go to unless he says, I need you guys to move farther west or farther north, or if he's got a concentrated area he wants us to go to. But otherwise, we go to Walua Church, 106th and Gilman, and then out by Station 2.
But do you do that on your own volition, or you wait till they say we think
No,
we need some weather?
he tones us out.
Yeah, okay.
He has the sheriff tone us out.
Yeah.
Of the 56 or 58 fires, half and half in district, out of district, or is that just in district?
Oh, industry, last year we had a tremendous amount of grass fires, so probably, I would say probably 75% were in district, but 25% were out of district.
Okay.
On one particular Sunday, we had every truck in the station out, and we had 1 truck at the Atchison County line. At the same time, we had a truck down at Call Valley, Call River.
Yeah, well, there was
And
mutual.
Yeah, we were on mutual aid to those calls, and then we had all of our other trucks out throughout our district.
That was grass fires.
Those were all grass fires, yeah. It was, one Sunday was just nuts. Everybody in the county was out, like I say, we were spread out all over.
Very nice.
Yes, sir.
You want to touch on,
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
can done with this one.
nice job.
Okay. Okay, second thing, at the work session, we discussed renting SCBA's. I was tasked with finding out about renting SCBA's. There are companies that do rent them. They rent them to schools and training academies, and basically those 2 air packs up there that we got rid of 20 years ago is what they rent. So I called Scott and MSA, and they say, yeah, we do a lease purchase. And I said, no, do you do a lease? And they go, why? And I said, well, I have to ask. So there's really nobody that leases.
Purchase or lease purchase, right?
Yeah, lease purchase is what we always do.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, in my report to you guys, Jeff wanted me to touch on it. We are doing, Jim and Marcus, we are doing a trial. Right now, we've got 3 guys on 2 shifts and 2 guys on 1 shift. So last year, the board decided to do a 4-month trial. So now we've got 1 guy temporary, well, it's guys backfilling on B shift now, which was the shift that was short. And again, our shifts are 24 hours. They're not, B shift is not midnight to 8. Today is C shift. It started at 7 o'clock this morning, and B shift comes on tomorrow morning. And if you guys got my note there, in 2012, 13, 14, you'll see Lansing pretty much stayed 4.5 to 5 minute response time. Delaware is always right around 7 minutes and 30 seconds. This year it dropped down to 6. We've had 1 call in Delaware, and that was the very first house outside of Lansing. So yeah, we got a real quick response time to that one. High Prairie kind of bounces around right around 12 minutes. You'll see 11:56, 12:46, 11:47. You'll see in 2015 it dropped a minute and 10 seconds. That's because we did start with 2 shifts out there last year. So we did drop our response times down, a minute and 20 seconds or so. This year, right now, we've had 10 calls in High Prairie. We've had a bunch in High Prairie, and we run about 6:45. So we've dropped a considerable amount of time.
40-some%.
We dropped a bunch.
Yeah, that's a huge drop.
Huge drop.
So you guys know what we're looking at is there a need to have personnel out of Station 2 for all shifts? And so that's why the study was done, to see if the response time improved by having guys out there. Because we still have one shift not covered.
They're covered part-time now. They're, right now, the volunteers are covering probably 60% of the shifts, and then the paid guys are covering about the other 40%.
So we're theoretically 100% covered
Till May 1st.
till May 1st.
April 1st.
April.
Till April. Yeah, so part of to your credit, you felt we would get there
Yes.
by having that out there.
Yeah.
So the thought was, do the test, let's make sure, and then it opens up a lot of easy decisions at that point, because the drop is significant.
Significant,
You
yeah.
felt there would be there, now we have data to support
Yeah.
that, so which was good.
We're-
So
We're there.
I think it's in the right direction. If it continues, I think it makes it a pretty simple conversation.
You bet.
Yeah, like I say, it's, if you'll see, now High Prairie's response time is the same as Lansing's and Delaware. Well, I mean, Delaware's is down there, but it's the same as Delaware. It's not gonna be as quick as Lansing's, because Lansing is consolidated, but, yeah, we have made a significant drop in the High Prairie calls, or times.
So we need a station in Delaware, is what you're saying. I think the data will support that. Oh, okay.
And the only last thing is, we did not burn a student up Saturday at the high school. We had a fire alarm at the high school, and I was called an hour later, what student got burned up. I don't know where that came from.
Did someone get burned?
No.
All right.
It was a forensics tournament going on, and they had a freshman basketball tournament, so they were cooking popcorn, they were cooking hot dogs, and they were also building sets in the auditorium, and that's where the fire alarm came in from them sawing sawdust.
That was just a smoke, crying.
No, the sawdust from they were
Oh,
vacuuming,
sorry.
but it got back an hour later, I got a phone call, what student got burned up at the high school?
Is the high school in Delaware or Lansing?
Lansing.
Is it Lansing?
Yeah,
It is now.
Lansing annexed that. Yeah, it's Delaware north and south and west. But it's,
That's the reason I asked. I
yeah,
thought-
it's Lansing, they annexed that.
Truck sale? Anything?
We've got a gentleman that still wants it. I contacted him Friday. He was supposed to give us a check last week, and I said I'll give him this week to give us a check, because we've got 3 other parties that are interested. He swears them down, he wants it, he's gonna get us money. He said he got caught in a nor'easter last week, so like I say, he's back in West Virginia, so he swears them down, he wants it.
Any of them higher bids than his?
No.
All right.
No, there's, most of them's trying to talk us down even more, so.
Thank you. Moving on to items for action, fourth quarter 2015 report. Jim?
Yeah, we closed the year out real fine. We closed the year out at less than 1% below straight line, which equated to about $3,311. So you can't get much closer than that unless you go buy a bunch of toilet paper and store it up. So anyway, what helped us was, as you can see in my report, the personnel line was like 7.7% below, which compensated for the non-personnel line, which was 13-point-something% over. So fortunately, all our line items are not, I'll just say, bound. We can transfer money or compensate between the line items, so that helped us overall come out with less than 1%. So again, Rick, thanks a lot, and you're to be commended for really, and you've held it every quarter. You've been right around straight line or under every quarter, so that's right there.
To clarify what Jim said for Jim and Marcus, we were within 3,000, and made a comment about, other than buying toilet paper, we don't go out and buy plywood and burn it back. What we do at the end of the year, whatever funds we have left over, I come to you guys in December, and we, like this year, we put in $24,000 to our equipment reserve, which is what paid for the roof out of this building, so.
My comment was-
Any money we don't spend, we don't throw away.
My comment goes back to the Army times where we
Yep.
looked like we was going, not spend our money, we'd go down to the Red River Arsenal and buy a whole bunch of track or whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff that lasted, had good shelf life. Good job, good job.
So we need a motion to approve the fourth quarter 2015 treasury report.
Second?
Jim Freckey.
Approved.
Marcus Major.
Approved.
Dean Moberg.
Yes.
Jim Westmoreland.
Yes,
Jeff Clayton.
Yes. So also in the, our work session, we worked on the SOP for 2001 purchasing policy. Updates have been recommended. We're going to table the motion on that for this meeting. Rick is going to update Dean's comments from our meeting, and we'll look to approve that in the next meeting.
That's good.
I missed it. Trying in big hurry, Tuesday morning, trying to get it out, I missed it.
No problem.
Well, yeah, but this is what we worked off of.
Yes.
So there are no items for discussion. Board member concerns?
Concerns or discussion into one. One, just want to report back from our work session. Talked to the counselors at the school.
Yeah.
They're tickled to death that we may have a program down here to shadow firemen. They said once we get the basics, I want to talk to our attorney for liability reasons, see what insurances have to be in place, that type of thing. But the school's all for it. Once I get some specifics, I'll bring it back down. We'll talk to Chief and some of the guys here about numbers that we might allow to come down. We could be inundated with 40 kids wanting to come and be firemen, which is way too much. We kicked around the number of 6, maybe, but it's progressing. Just wanted to put that out there.
So should we be putting, or should Rick be putting energy with his team into developing kind of that high school program?
Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
start doing that.
I would be looking at spring break and summer programs too. Rick,
Okay.
that's what I would be looking at too. I know that during the school, they can limit that because that's that program that Dean and I are talking about. And it's usually seniors that are allowed to do that in the last 2 hours of the day. But just thinking out with that interest, I mean, today, Dean and I drive our kids off during the summer at 6 or 6:30 in the morning. They got weights. From there, they go into workouts, and then from there, they go right into whatever sport or swimming or whatever they play. So somewhere around 11 or 12 o'clock every single day, if you're playing a high school sport, you're pretty much required to be there. Or you don't
Yeah.
get to play
Sure.
in the fall or spring, you know? So, and it's a great program, right? My thing is if there's something that may be time allocated here where they're learning, seeing, growing interest, maybe once or twice a week during these 2 hours or 3 hours. It's another idea to get that interest of kids going into their senior year. So now when they start their senior year, it's something they took part of and learned and listened, and they're really looking forward to pursuing something like this, especially this type of career.
Another nice avenue, the counselors keep track of where the students went. So she has a real handle on how many are down at KCK. Junior college still living at home, but going to junior colleges right now, which would be another nice pool to draw from. So I'll stay on it.
Thanks.
Okay, I'll get a hold of the insurance company and
Okay.
start getting going.
The only other thing I might mention, and we kind of kicked it around before, some legislation going around about putting a ceiling on mill levies. Trying to be proactive, and I think we're fine where we are, and we've done a great job of keeping our mill down from started maybe 3.5, and it was at 4 for a number of years, and right now we're still below 7. Some talk in the legislature about limiting the max allowable or putting a halt to increases in the near future. So something we might start thinking about, and soon, probably this year may be our only shot to get a mill where we can live with it for the next 5 years.
This will be the last year we can do it according to that program. The 2018 budget's when this kicks in, so we won't be able to raise the mill in 2017.
Keep your ears open, we'll kick it around, but this year, maybe our coming budget, may be our last chance to bump our mill.
Do we want to have one of the representatives come in and chat with us about that? As far as give us their opinion on
You go on
that?
Friday?
No. I'll be in New York. Yeah.
Oh, sure, thanks a lot.
I'm going.
They won't be there anyway, they're in session right now, so
Yeah. We could probably have
there won't be any legislators there.
Oh,
They're in
okay.
session right now, so,
John come talk to us about it. He's the one that put that in place. and
yeah, he was one of the ones.
Let's have him come down and explain it to us.
You know,
So, yes.
Do I?
He's a neighbor.
okay, well, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I'll set that up.
okay,
Yeah,
Perfect.
to see if we can get him to come in.
sure.
Because it right now has negative feeling for us as far as
Oh, yeah,
limiting us.
all the cities and counties, you know, they're fighting it too.
Well, they like to spend, but
Well, they want to do their own budgets.
yes.
You know, they don't want somebody telling them, you know, you can only do so much. You know, they want to be able to say,
Yeah.
we want to control our budget, so.
Do we
just
have
like you
any
guys
idea
do.
what generated this, or is this just something he came up with? I mean, I don't remember
I would
reading
say Tea
anything
Party, I
about
would say
it.
Tea Party, but then Jeff will get mad at me. 'Cause
He fits into that bucket. You can
Oh, really?
Yes, that's fine.
I mean, I don't remember reading things about that.
He
I
got
usually try to keep track.
the 800-page at the last second budget approval, that's when that all got put in.
Oh, the one that cost us an extra $1 million?
Yes.
Okay, good.
That was all that right after the last second, and nobody could believe it, it passed, and
I'll try and get him on the agenda for the next,
Okay.
our next meeting, just to see if
Okay.
he can come down and chat, so. Let's see. Marcus, anything?
No.
Jim?
Nope.
Jim?
Other Jim?
Other
Jim and his
Jim?
brother Jim?
The work session, to tie into what Dean was talking about, we did have a good discussion around SIP 2016 and the recommended spend on trucks and equipment, so I think that's, Rick and team are continuing to put together the justification and tracking why on the trucks and maintenance issues and stuff like that, as well as the equipment. There was a good discussion on that, so
And
thanks.
if you notice, Leavenworth just bought 3 trucks. They've been out here numerous times. They basically bought one truck exactly like ours and then 2 other ones really, really close to ours. And they're right at 550,000 now. The truck we bought was 460. So they're going up fast.
Yeah. So, and with no more concerns or thoughts, motion for adjournment?
I move with adjourn.
Second?
Approved and seconded.
Jim Prickey,
Yes.
Marcus Major,
Yes.
Dean Moberg,
Yes.
Jim Westmoreland.
Yes.
Jeff Clapp.
Yes.
And we'd like you guys all to hang around for a picture. You want a picture tonight or? I put minutes.
Yes, I read that.